Okay, I think we got him, guys.
Yeah, I think we're going.
Okay, there's no way he's going to survive all that.
There's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Yeah, no chance.
He was just
He's gone.
spraying.
Like maybe Jason Voorhees might survive that,
But like Michael, he's like human.
no, he's worthless. Ooh, the shadows, the darkest eyes.
What are we gonna do now?
Michael, are you kidding me?
Oh my
It's
God!
supposed to be done. No, Michael!
All right.
Let's go get a cold one, guys. Cold one's on me.
All right. Wait.
Whoa, what's up?
Let's actually make sure he's dead this time.
You know what?
Yeah.
That is actual genius, man. Like, no one does that in horror movies. Like, we gotta aim for the head. Like,
I know. We gotta make sure he's
Okay,
dead
yeah,
this
let's go.
time.
Yeah. Dude, where did he go?
Oh my gosh.
Why does this always happen to us?
This is why we had to check. I told you.
I'm sorry, okay? I was just too focused on the cold one.
Okay, how did he go that fast? Did he just disappear or something? Like he's human, isn't he?
Who he's supposed to be.
I thought you could kill him this time.
Well, I was trying to aim for the head. Like, you could have aimed for the head. Okay,
No,
well,
you
okay.
could have aimed for the
How
head.
did he
You're the
disappear?
Go. Hey. This is Whew. Man, this hermit life is pretty relaxful. Let's see what we get up to today. I bet it'll be the greatest find ever. The hermit's tale, foreign wine, hermit's tale. Sir? Sir? Oh, I am a little bit of a doctor, so I'll take care of you, mister. Don't you worry, you're in good hands. Hermit Burt's, nice to meet you. Now, how am I supposed to get him? Okay, I guess we're going to draft. Oh, he weighs a metric ton. Man, got some fresh basil and spinach. Well, damn. See, I wish someone would drop off a spoon around here. Those damn trick-or-treating kids. I hope this stranger loves my stew. World famous, won an award all many years ago during my early ages of cooking. Let me break this off here. Oh yeah, it's getting all nice and... Sir, no!
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're in for the good reels, you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brettman's right over there. It is week 5 of our HalloScream Review Series that we are freaking stoked about, man. We did, the first few Halloween movies already. What we're doing, obviously, is reviewing all the Halloween movies from now up until the release of Halloween Ends this October. And then we're going to be reviewing that movie and then ranking the franchise. But we're having a good time so far, but we're not alone in this matter. We're going to be joined by several people. A lot of people are doing the same thing. A lot of channels are collaborating with us on this, including Jeffman316, Bacon Pew Pew, Can't Blood Media, Mega Movie Z, Dark Ether Files Podcast, Braden Timmons, of course, Matt Fauci's Cinema there doing the kill ranking, and then Chris Snyder is doing some Letterboxd reviews each and every week on Mondays. So check out those reviews today as well. And yeah, man, we're up to Halloween freaking 5, man, the best in the franchise.
Dude, I'm freaking excited about talking about this one. I can even proudly say, I am more happier for freaking Michael Myers riding the rapids.
That's a good time, man. I wish I was riding some rapids right now, to be honest with you.
Oh, dude, hey, dude, you and me both. That was like one of the best temperature waters I've ever felt in my entire lifetime. So
Insert,
you got
the picture here of Bretman floating down the river, losing his shoes.
Yes, which if you're a Patreon member, you will indeed get to see that clip. So be sure to join today on that. Which that link is in the description down below. Yeah, I am going to. Hermit Burt here, so I'm about to tell you a good old Hermit's tale. That is Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers. So, Brad, you ready to see the Michael Myers, or not the Michael Myers card? See, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Do you want to see the movie facts?
Oh, let's see him, man. Reveal him.
All right, here we go. So, let me get a deep breath real quick. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers was released on October the 13th of 1989. 5 out of 10 on IMDb, a 2.2 out of 5, where most of the votes was a 2 out of 5. The tomato meter is 12%, and the audience score is 36%. Don't let those fresh and movie buckets fool you, because trust me, both of those are rotten. But we do love the Halloween franchise, so we do the benefit of the doubt on that. The budget was $5 million with a domestic of $12 million, and it was not released globally yet, so the global was $12 million, and the director is Dominic Othian Godard, or Godard. Anyways, it's Halloween 5, so I don't care that much. The cast is Donald Pleasance, Daniel Harris, and Wendy Foxworth.
Right, you are, Ted. Not surprised by any of these numbers here. I mean, the critics, of course, yeah, this is a well-deserved 12, I think, at the end of the day, from the critics' standpoint. Audience actually is probably a little bit higher than I would expect. I mean, I have some, there's some things I enjoy about this movie, but it's at the end of the day, it's not very good.
No, it's not good indeed. This is where we start to what we call here rock bottom with the Halloween franchise.
Yes.
So let's freaking talk about the Michael Myers card here. So Michael Myers from Halloween 5 is played by Don Shanks, and he had 12 kills in this movie. And how did he kill some of his victims? Classic butcher knife, some I can't say this word because I know what he does with those scissors. Anyways, he uses the scissors, a garden claw. Brad knows that weapon all too well. A pitchfork, a scythe, his hands, a steering wheel, and a noose.
Yeah, dude. Good versatile use of weapons, at least by Mikey this time around. But what the fuck? You can already see this hair, this mask, everything about this mask. And even though it's in darkness, look at the silhouette of this thing. Look at that fucking hair, dude. We're about to get into it. But man, this is already kind of starting to set me off a little bit. Look at that untucked, freaking dumbass looking fucking mask. Nick Cage looking damn shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take it off the screen because you're about to get heated, and when you get heated, you'll go for a whole 10 minutes without breathing, and I need you to breathe, man. So here is what we do. Oh, go ahead.
The $10 freaking mask we use in the skit's better than this bullshit, man. All right. Anyway, that's it.
No, it legit is. Like, no lie, it is a lot better. But yeah, we're going to talk about it here for a little bit. So if you're new to HalloScream Review Series for the side of Good Real Hunting, what we are going to do is we are going to go chronological order of this movie, and we're going to talk about what we liked and what we didn't like about it to the best of our ability, because Halloween 5 is a little hazy for us, but because it's more towards like we hate certain stuff, so we're pretty much blinded by hate. We're freaking going to be stiff nights in this freaking review right here. And then after we do that and torture ourselves for this, then we're going to do our favorite kill, WTF moment. Then we are going to give our overall thoughts, and we're going to rate the bad boy, and we're going to tell you what it is on our Guru hunting scale. So, Brad, let's freaking get started.
Dude, okay, so this thing picks up. It pretty much picks up where Halloween 4 ends. It gives us a recap of 4, which is always cool. I like doing that. 2 does that with 1, and now 5's doing it with 4. Michael gets blown into the mine shaft like he did at the end of 4. That whole thing plays out the same. But then this time around, we get the extended Sinister version of this, where the extended cut, where they put the little extra film on. This time we see Sheriff Meeker and the gang come up to this mine shaft with fucking dynamite. Where do they get dynamite? I don't know. But they start chucking it down in this freaking mine shaft. Cops are chucking dynamite into a mine shaft, blows it all up. Meanwhile, we see Jason kind of like, remember in Rambo First Blood where he's like, blowing up.
First off, I wish Jason was in this freaking movie. They would have made the movie a whole lot better.
Sorry. Michael's down there. He's down in the mine shaft kind of and then Rambo First Blood where they're blowing that shaft up in Rambo. And then he's down there. He's crawling into the river and stuff with rats. Michael Myers is doing the exact same thing here. They copied Rambo. He's out here. He's crawled into the fucking river. The river. This mine shaft kind of busts right out into the river. Mind you, his mask has changed. He had a shitty one before in 4. Okay, yeah, it was pretty bad, but it was serviceable. Somehow, between the top of that mine shaft and the bottom of this hole that comes out to the river, it's changed. He's now got this untucked freaking long-ass hair, weird-ass shit mask that pops up on his face at this point. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. Who greenlit it? I don't know. But then the mofo goes on a fucking river ride. He's a river rat, pretty much. They give him a tube minus the tube. He's tubing without the tube. He's going down the river on his back, and his hair is just getting all wet. His water's just going up in his mask and shit. It's playing the Halloween theme. What a disservice there. And he's freaking floating down this fucking river, dude, in his full gear. Meanwhile, the cops up there, they're celebrating. They just killed the guy. They murked the murker. They're all right. Let's do this. And then he comes up on this this dock. He gets out of there. He stumbles and he falls and he tries to choke out this hermit guy that fucking lives on the river. He's got a house.
Hermit Burt's, man. Hermit Burt telling the good old hermit's tale. Far and wide hermit's tale.
That's a catchy tune, by the way. But this dude lives out in the fucking right on the river on this fucking shack. And Michael comes stumbling in and he tries to choke him out and he passes out. And then the worst is yet to come. The mofo he keeps him in the back for a year. A fucking year, dude. And then he just wakes. Michael's he's asleep in the back in the cot.
Okay, let's go ahead and stop you there because I know you're about to get going, man. But Michael's been asleep for a year. What the hell? He's been asleep for a year, even though from the Halloween 78 all the way to 1988, he's been asleep for 10 years. So that's the point I just thought of. I was like, come on, man, we can't hard on them too much for a year. But yeah, but still, it's for a freaking year. Yeah, I know that, that is true. But yeah, for a year, it's not good. Just he wakes up randomly after a year. And then that's not the worst part. What the hell's on his arm?
Dude, okay. He wakes up randomly after a year. He does do that. But dude, he's okay. I just can't even. Okay, let's go back. Let's also talk about Jamie, okay? Because at the end of Halloween 4, she tried to kill her mother. She did not successfully do that, but she hit her with the scissors a few times in the bathtub. Epic ending of 4. We thought we're going to get a cool, 5, Halloween 5 here. Good setup for Halloween 5. And
I wish those were the scissors that were used in a particular kill that we put in the kill card.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
I wish.
We see Jamie kind of intermingled with the fact where Michael's waking up. This is kind of what wakes him up, I think, is because Jamie's freaking out, whatever. I guess Halloween, it's midnight. The clock strikes midnight. It's Halloween. He wakes up. That's what he does. So Jamie's in this freaking mental institution now. She's over there getting all treated up, bitch. She can no longer work.
She can't even no longer talk.
She can't talk anymore. She can't.
I
don't know. I guess they're really trying to replicate her turning into the Michael thing. She doesn't talk anymore, but she's connected with Michael. Michael wakes up. She can tell. She starts doing all this stuff. And then Michael wakes up. He walks up. He murks the hermit. And Jamie's over there. She's feeling this whole thing. She's over there spazzing out and shit. Loomis shows up. He's crazier than ever. The guy's 6 freaking whiskeys deep at this point in the night. It's probably 9 p.m. He's over there just completely shaking the child, doing all this crazy stuff, and he's insane at this point. So yeah, it's off to a bad start. This movie's off to a really bad start because we had an epic ending at 4, and at this point, there's no follow up, no successful follow up to what Jamie was doing. At this point.
Yeah, I know it. We could have gone such a cool direction with the Jamie Lloyd character at the end of Halloween 4. And then you give us this. Like, what in the monkey blue hell is wrong with you? And trust me, we're about to get into some of the worst stuff because, and I'll go ahead and give you one right now. What in the monkey blue hell was that mask all about? I did not know that Nicolas Cage was going to be in this movie.
Fuck yeah, he was, dude. He always got. Yeah, I mean, this is almost the decade of the Cage, man, the '90s. So he was just kind of creeping his way into the pop culture consciousness at this point.
Yeah, like, or they freaking molded his face into freaking Michael Myers' mask. But like, first off, it's so untucked. Like, it's so damn distracting. And like,
he needs to talk to Buffalo Bill.
It's bad. Yeah, exactly. Like, it just. Anyways, but like that was bad, and the whole Mew thing's bad, and just the tattoo, that's just the beginning of the worst thing about everything. And it wasn't good. I hate what they did with Jamie. The thing I hate the most is what they do with Dr. Loomis, making him a crazed man who no longer cares about freaking Jamie. That's bullshit.
See, I guess what they're going for is that he's so obsessed with Michael, he's become completely unhinged. But I also just think Donald Pleasance was just fucking drinking all the time now, and he was just fucking like, "Hey, whatever, I'll do your fucking movie. Just let me do my thing." And he's just doing whatever. But I mean, he does provide some good quotes later in the movie. He provides some good stuff, and he's actually one of the better parts about this movie, as crazy as he is. But we'll get into all that.
Yeah, I pray that he burns in hell, but I'm afraid that in my heart, hell will not have him.
I knew
that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's one of the best quotes of the whole franchise.
Yeah, that's the only possibly good thing that ever came out of this movie. That one other quote, but we'll get to that one other quote later on. Because the very next day, Rachel comes to visit Jamie just to try to cheer her up and all that. And then we get... Hey!
Are you Frank from Texas Chainsaw?
This is gonna be a fun movie to talk about. And then of course we get the all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, go ahead and get this out of the way. Are you a fan of Tina?
No.
I like sometimes she grows on me, and then just when I watch this movie, I'm like, nope, never mind. I remember why I don't like her.
She's not, I mean, she's really not horrible. Honestly, I put in my notes, I think I did, at least I thought about putting it in my notes, that she's actually, I mean, as annoying as she is, she does at least have somewhat of a personality, unlike a lot of characters you see in these slasher movies in the 80s. There's some stuff there about her that does stand out. But I do hate her for how she just completely tells Jamie to fuck off here later in the movie. So that's the worst part.
I'm gonna drill her hard, and not in the good way. Yeah, exactly. So trust me, I'm going to get to Tina on that part, because that part always just aggravates the shit out of me. And the big difference between Rachel and Tina, for a fact. So Rachel's in this movie for like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yep, they show up. They're at the hospital. Tina's there. Rachel's there. Max is there, the dog. And then Dr. Loomis kind of comes in and crashes their party. They're all having a good time. Jamie's actually happy. This is where we see that she's not completely fucked up. She's completely normal. She just can't talk anymore, which doesn't make sense. Because they're trying to do this parallel to Michael, but I don't think Michael was having a good time when he was a mute. So I think, this is just weird. But yeah.
Yeah, so damn weird. So after all that, somebody throws a brick through the window and all that, saying like killer, because again, they're kind of mad at Jamie for being related to freaking Michael Myers, but it ain't her fault. So pretty much a waste of a brick, if you ask me. So Rachel goes home. She gets showered up, getting ready for freaking trick-or-treating time. And just trying to enjoy her holiday. But then she keeps on, and then Jamie gets these visions that Michael is at the freaking Rachel house, man. And so freaking she gets nervous, and Dr. Loomis is calling Rachel, going, "You got to get that out of the house now. You got to get out of there." And so she gets out there, and then we get Tweedledee and Tweedledum Officer, and then with the stupidest cop music of all time, freaking kind of like sounds like freaking Bulk and Skull from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with that music going da 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 Whew. Yeah, just
Bum-ba-da-dum-bum-bum.
so damn
Woo.
awful. It takes away the complete mood and atmosphere of that particular scene.
It does, man. I like it. Rachel's in the shower. Loomis calls her ass up and she runs off with no clothes. She just runs down the street in her towel. She comes back and it's such an awkward scene. Everything about it. She comes back. She's like, "Oh, yeah, the dog," or whatever. Like, and then it cuts back to her coming inside. It's a very weird cut there. Never really enjoyed it. She goes back in. She's getting all dressed up again. Michael's creeping around the freaking house. These dumbass cops, missed Michael in the house. I don't know how. He's not like he's trying to hide because he's just running all over
Hell,
the house.
even Rachel missed him when she was reaching for clothes, and literally you saw Michael right there. Like anybody could have seen him in the closet.
Yeah, he was trapped right in that closet, dude. He was back there. He was doing all kinds
He's
of crazy.
probably like, if I stay incredibly still, like he freaking watch a freaking Infinity War with Drax. He just learned if you sit incredibly still, you're invisible to the naked eye.
And he was. And then we get these kind of quasi ridiculous shots of Michael, also kind of creepy shots of him in the back. I get how ridiculous it looks with his fucking floppy ass mask back there while she's in there. He's coming out of the closet. And she's like looking this way, and then Michael's coming up behind her, and he's like ducking under these poles and shit. And it looks kind of silly, but it's also kind of creepy having him back in the background again. I see what they're trying to go for. I mean, they're going for those H1 roots. They just didn't do very well with it. So him kind of creeping around in the background was kind of neat. I kind of liked it. But that scene, there was some tension in that scene with Rachel. I never in a million years.
It kind of got ruined with that whole officer transition scene,
Yes.
They should have just kept with it. First, it's just her running out of the house. I feel like when they tried to call her and then Michael then stabs her, which, unfortunately, that's what happens next, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Myers kills Rachel, one of the important characters from Halloween 4. One stab with the scissors, and it's a cutaway.
Yeah, it's a horrible kill. Yeah,
how do you disrespect such a strong character from Halloween 4? Because I could have thought of maybe like 3 easier ways to make Rachel's character's death be more important.
100%. I mean, you could. There's there's an infinite amount of ways you could do it, and I'm not opposed to them killing her off. I think that was a fine decision to leave Jamie on her own. It's
just called payoff, and that had no payoff.
It didn't at all. I think there should have been something a little bit better there. Everybody knows that. I mean, that was kind of a weakness, of the movie. For sure. But he nonetheless he does murk her with the scissors. And now we're left with fucking damn Tina. Tina comes into the house. I guess Rachel's around there someplace. We get some scenes of Michael kind of stalking them too. A little bit, where she's exiting the house and Michael's still in there. But we get introduced to the blonde friend here. What's her name?
Samantha.
Samantha comes up. So her and Tina are gonna go hang out. They don't even bother checking on Rachel at this point. I guess they thought that she was gone or whatever.
Who's Rachel? Let's get out of here. We don't need her. Yeah, freaking trick and treat time. So freaking Tina and Samantha go out to go after their boyfriends of freaking Spitz, and Mikey. Hey, what's up, Mikey?
This was the most ridiculous introduction to a character of all time. These two girls are walking through this courtyard, and then all of a sudden, Tina's like, Michael! This dude's like 6 miles away in his car. He comes to a fucking screeching halt in the roadway. What? Like, what? There's no way in actual hell this guy heard her, nor could even see her at that point. It's like fucking, she's like 6 miles away over there. She's a fucking... and anyway, and then he drives over. They all meet up in the roadway. It was ridiculous. This was a big WTF moment for me. I was like, I don't know what just happened. He just fucking gave her the signal, I guess. But
they were getting some freaking alcohol. That's what they were doing too, like trying to sneak in the alcohol in the car and all that. And then as Michael was doing that, the other Michael arrives and decides, just for no apparent reason, to freaking garden claw the beautiful car. Like, Michael is a dick.
Yeah, Michael, not the Michael Myers, but the other character, Michael. He's like so obsessed with his car. Spitz at one point touches his car. He's like, "Don't touch the car, dude. Come on, get off. Come on."
It's freaking Christine before after Christine was a thing. So
exactly. But they're getting beer. Spitz is like, "Yeah, pull around back." This dude goes. He's on the street, and I've always thought. I just noticed this on this watch that this is supposed to be outside this scene that takes place right here, where he pulls around back. It looks like he's in a fucking garage. He's in a damn soundstage somewhere for sure. Because it's in the middle of the day and he pulls in this thing and it's dark as a freaking mofo now. He's like, It's the fakest looking freaking set you'll ever see. Definitely looks bad. Then the garden claw kill happens, which again I thought was actually decent kill.
Mhm. Yeah, it was decent, and then all that, and then that's when Tina is waiting for her day to arrive, and then Michael does show up, but it's not her Michael. It's a different Michael. Wait for it, with a different mask on.
This is
But, which I will go ahead and let you know, it's a better mask. So I kind of wish Michael would freaking hang out with the rest of that movie. So Michael drives Tina, and then Tina's trying to talk to him and all that. Of course, not saying a damn word because Michael doesn't speak and all that. She gets all pissed off. And she's like, Michael, stop. I want to get some smoke, some freaking cigarettes and all that from the gas station. That's when he does the aggressive step or the brakes and all that. That's when she steps out and gets her freaking cigarettes. Cookie woman.
It's a cookie. And let me tell you something else here too, brother. If you thought Michael was doing very well last night, aka back in 1978 at driving, he's definitely doing very well now in 1989.
Plenty of years of practice.
Oh, dude, he's freaking got this shit down to a T, man. He's out here fucking doing all kinds of crazy maneuvers and yamming the brakes and shit and all kinds of crazy stuff. But he's definitely got that down. But yeah, she runs into the store. Michael leaves her ass. Cops show up because Loomis gets this, or I'm sorry, Jamie's still in the mental place. She's getting all these visions of the cookie woman, which is what you referred to a second ago.
Cookie, which we forgot to include Billy. Billy was just a random ass character they decided to throw in there just so that they could kind of get some like Jamie kind of like comfortability and all that, which I don't honestly know. But good for Billy though, trying to make some wooing happen, freaking Jamie, even though wooing is very inappropriate between children, so I do not suggest it. But yeah, Billy's trying to translate to Dr. Loomis like it's a cookie woman. And then Dr. Loomis first off was like, wait, big woman? No, not big woman. Cookie woman. Look, cookie woman?
Cookie woman.
It's so silly because there's this cookie woman on the side of this gas station where she's at. She gets the vision, tells Loomis. Cops are there in like 15 seconds somehow. Again, none of this makes sense at this point. But they show up. Michael leaves her ass there because the cop shows up. He's scared.
Yeah, Michael's like, oh, shit.
I don't have a driver's license. I'm out of here. I ain't getting fucking tickets. I don't care about freaking Merkins and fools, but I ain't tickets. No.
Yeah, hell no.
So he leaves. The cops pick her up. They reunite Tina and Jamie together. They're back at the place now. There's some kind of Halloween party going on, some random bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie starts talking again. Tina gets really pumped up about it, but does she stick around? I'll let you tell the people, Bert, man.
Oh my God. Here's what happens here. Like something very scary just happened. Michael Myers is out there, and the only person Jamie has left in this world is Tina. And Tina's like, hey, Jamie, everything's going to be okay. Anyways, I'm going to go to this party. Have a good have a freaking good Halloween. I'll see you later. Tina, don't go. Oh, honey, it's okay. You'll understand when you're grown up that a girl needs to go out and freaking do her own thing. And pretty little boys out there, so it's just, I got to do my thing. And if Jamie just bawling her eyes out, like, please don't go. Fucking Tina leaves. And Dr. Loomis is trying to tell Tina to reconsider. And Tina's like, I gotta live my life. I gotta do what's right for me. And then she just barges out the door and all that. And then that's when Loomis tells Tweedledee and Tweedledum officer to go after her to make sure she's okay. And they're like, do we really have to? And Dr. Loomis is like, yes, you have to. So they're like, okay, fine. So they go after Tina. Like, Tina, fuck you. Because that's the big difference between Rachel and Tina. And why did Rachel have to die? Why can Tina fucking die?
Dude, seriously. And none of this pays off. None of this whole fact where she leaves her ass there, it doesn't pay off at all. But yeah, I mean, she just started talking for the first time in over a year. Like first time.
This is big
news. It's a big step. The Rachel's gone. They don't know she's dead yet, but she's definitely missing as a mofo. She hasn't been here all day. Nobody's heard from Rachel. Rachel could be in fucking, she could be in Canada or in Mexico or out in California or wherever, just getting some rays, but she's not. She's dead.
Or just getting some avocados from Mexico.
But nobody's heard from her. Tina's still here, but she's like, fuck it, I'm out. She does go to the party. But yeah, like I was saying, it doesn't pay off because she just goes to this party for a little bit. Everybody gets murked there, which is, Michael obviously follows them to the party, to the big Halloween party, which is cool. There's this big barn. It's actually a pretty cool little set. This is one of the cool parts of the
Good
movie.
lighting. I will give it credit for that. The barn had really good lighting.
It did. And actually, there was a lot of good scenes of Michael in the barn. And in general, I think it does. I mean, he's overlit for a lot of this movie, especially in the daylight. But there's actually a decent amount of shots with him in the darkness too in this thing, especially starting right here, where they go to the barn. They go to this party. It's a big party, barn outside. All the people we've been following, Samantha, Tina, the other dude, Spitz. They go out to the barn to hang out. They find some cats and shit. Tina's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go play with the cats." Spitz and Samantha, they're gonna go get it on.
They're gonna get their woo on.
They're gonna get their woo on. Yeah, I think they're getting it on. Michael shows up. Okay. Oh, first off, dude, this dude Spitz has the exact same fucking Michael mask that Michael has in this movie. Because he scared the cops earlier. He was chasing Tina out the house, and he's like, "Oh, you want my phone number?" As he's about to cut her ass, and then the cops are about to blow him away, which they should have at that point. That's very dangerous games he's playing over there. But either way. He's got the exact same Halloween 5 mask on that Michael has. This is what I never get, is how this always happens. People always have the exact same mask, even though it's completely different than what we've seen before. Where did he find this thing?
How convenient.
Yeah, right?
Oh, speaking of how convenient, I bet they got it at a convenience store.
Yeah, they definitely got it at a convenience store.
Oh, you know what? Dumbass me. I just finally figured out why a convenience store is called convenience store. Because it's convenient. Anyways, we're gonna ignore my dumbass for a minute. Get some good old killing time with freaking Michael Myers with the pitchfork on freaking Spitz, and then Spitz spits blood on Samantha, and so Samantha's all freaking out, and then we thought she was going to escape, but no. Then we get one of the probably the coolest death of the entire movie is Michael Myers with a scythe, just freaking slicing her ass up, man, and it looked really cool.
Yeah, the side, that's what's on the front of the 4K Blu-ray, the 4K movie cut. It's a cool shot. It's a cool weapon for Mr. Michael here. I thought it was a good kill. Both of them were the pitchfork through the back. Obviously, hey, Friday 2 anybody, but whatever. And there was telling the dreaded sundown before that or whatever it was.
Oh my gosh, freaking dreaded sundown, which Daniel Harris was part of the remake version of it, which I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, so we get that, and during all this, Jamie Lloyd's like, "No, I gotta hunt down Tina," and then for some reason, Billy knows where the party is. Like, Billy, first off, why are you leaving off this information? You could have told Dr. Loomis, and they could fucking have a whole police squad out there protecting Tina. So, but though they didn't send a freaking police force, which I'm pretty sure at this point they ain't got a police force, even though the redneck police force retired. But anyways, Jamie Lloyd and Billy decide to go freaking save the day on their own. Instead, they freaking find Tweedledee and Tweedledum dead. So everybody's freaking dead. They're finding everybody dead. And that's when we get a badass shot of freaking Michael Myers in the car literally chasing down Jamie Lloyd, and it was so badass, dude.
Yeah, that was actually a cool part of the movie.
It plays the Halloween playing like did. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's definitely a highlight of this flick, for sure. Chasing her through the field and shit. Ended up crashing the car into a tree or some shit. Like, yeah, I guess he's not doing very well this night.
He was at the party drinking all that punch after doing all those killings.
He was hanging out with Ben Tramer until 11 o'clock. He's a little drunk. Him and Dr.
Ben Tramer is dead. Just go ahead and let you...
E-A-D.
That bitch is really dead. But before we continue on of what happens
now, wait
next,
a minute. Hold on. The car crash counter is up to 5. That's 4. That's 4 explosions. Now,
yes,
3.
that's right.
2. We got 1 and 2. We got 1 and 3. And yeah, now we got 1 and 5, so that's 3. I got a little overexcited there with my numbers, but yeah, we're up to 3.
You love those freaking car explosions, man, in the Halloween franchise. And don't worry, there's more to come in the Halloween franchise when it comes to car explosions, and maybe even a garage explosion too. But we'll get to that here in a couple of weeks. But before we talk about what happens next, during all of this, We see this guy in black. We have no idea. They will not give us any information. I just want to go ahead and let y'all remember that. There's a guy in black in a cloak, and I think even a briefcase, which is kind of random. I wonder what's in the briefcase. But
It's Tommy
anyways,
gun.
oh my god,
He's got those boots on too.
And
with
more
those
than likely,
those little clinky ass boots he's running around.
oh
Ting,
my gosh, yeah,
ting.
the freaking
He steps on a
boots.
dog at one point too.
Like shit. Like fucking move, dog. Like that was
dog is
like
that?
anyways, yeah, it's like first off, that was rough. But anyways, just to let y'all know that there's this guy, man in black, not Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones, just a man in black. Just keep that in your mind towards the end. Trust me, we'll make it make sense for you. Because trust me, we don't. But anyways, we get through all that. Michael crashes the car. Tina checks on Jamie. Michael survives the car wreck, and then Tina's like, Jamie, run! And then she takes a direct knife into her freaking stern, like her chest area. And we get a cutaway, so we don't get to see the full death of Tina. So Tina is dead.
No, I say if Kirby can survive Scream 4, then Tina can survive Scream 5, and she's coming back. She's gonna come back.
A couple of years too late on that. But you know what? I like your thinking though. But I'm glad Tina's dead. So Tina's dead, and then the officer saying Dr. Loomis arrived, and then they get Jamie, and Dr. Loomis like, "Would you finally help me kill him now?" And then Jamie's like, "Can you please kill him?" And all that. Oh my gosh, please kill him! And then Dr. Loomis is like, "You got it, girl." And then as soon as the officers were attending to Jamie, that's when, of course, we get Dr. Loomis with another fantastic speech telling the Michael to go home. Go home, Michael. Go home.
I like that scene too, because he's just kind of looking out into the darkness. You can kind of see the silhouette a little bit. And he's like, go home, Michael. I'll meet you there. Which I don't really know why. It's kind of corny. Like, let's just go home. Like, let's just settle this right now in the field. Let's get real. But yeah, they're going to go home. They're going to meet at a later date, and they're going to take care of it then. 5 o'clock, sundown, your ass is grass. He goes over there. They all go to the mine. This mofo takes Jamie as bait.
Here we go. No, first off, here we go. Talk about your favorite thing in the entire world, the freaking Michael Myers house.
Oh my gosh, dude. What the fuck were they thinking with this thing, man? We go to the Myers house. Now, we've been there earlier in the day. Granted, I didn't know what the fuck it was when they were there the first time, because I just thought it was Loomis going through a fucking random ass house in the middle of the daytime, because this shit is not at all what we know about the Myers house. But now it's confirmed. We go back to the Myers house. This motherfucker, we've seen the house before. We saw it back in Halloween 1. We saw it in Halloween 2. It's a 2-story building, a couple windows out there, a little bit of a porch, nothing too crazy. It's just, it's a nice little house. Very simple. This motherfucker's a fucking mansion, dude. It looks like Hocus Pocus. It looks like, I don't know where the fuck they got this thing, dude. It looks like there's witches and shit in there. I don't know. It's very gothic. It's just a fucking massive house on the corner of a street with this fucking light on. I don't know where they found this and who greenlit the idea to put this house in this movie as the Myers house, dude. What the fuck?
Like that? What, a $5 million budget? So you're telling me they couldn't use $1 million of it just to build the freaking Myers house? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
You could have done that, or you could have found anything else but this house. Any other house in the country, I think, would have serviced better than this house. Halloween 6, it wasn't perfect, but
it did the job.
Yeah, it was close enough. This is like, you could, minus ripping the house down and rebuilding it, there's no plausible way to describe this as the Myers house. There's no facelift, there's no renovation, fucking home reno, DIY didn't come in here, or whatever it's called. With Joanna Gaines and stuff. They didn't come in here and just redo the house. This isn't a fixer-upper situation. No, this thing is completely fucking, it's not even close. It's not the same house at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and freaking Bob, they even said Bob the builder said, Bob, can you freaking fix this? He's like, fuck this. No, I can't. So he fucking left. They're like, well, shit, we're going to have to go with this house. So we freaking get into the most fake, freaking imposter Michael Myers house, which, like you kind of mentioned earlier, they're going to use Jamie Lloyd as bait to get Michael Myers and to trap him and all that. Instead, Michael Myers kills all the outside defenses with the officer and all that. And then he kills the officer that's with Jamie with the noose.
Well, first off, though, hold on.
His ass. But yeah, go ahead, man. I know I'm going all over the place.
No, you're good. I just wanted to point out there's actually a cool moment with Michael here. He diverts all the mofos because they had all the cops in the city at this Myers house ready for his ass. They were going to take him down. They were going to blow him away. But he's like, I'm not going down another mine shaft tonight. I'm gonna fucking divert. He somehow he diverts all the cops from this house back to the clinic. He goes over there. He kills people or whatever. I don't know. But either way, all the cops leave the Myers house. They go over to the clinic. So now it's just Jamie, Loomis, and one other fucking deputy out there. And so yeah. But now go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's a very good point because Michael is actually being very smart this time around, taking away the advantage. So he goes inside, he kills that officer with the noose, throws his ass out the window, and then we just get freaking Loomis and Jamie, man. And Loomis is trying to talk down Michael, like, Michael, you are my patient, man. Like, you're not going to get satisfied with this. And then freaking Michael's like, yeah, fuck you. So he freaking stabs Loomis. Loomis goes out to the ground. And then we get a badass chase between Michael and Jamie, where Jamie's going up and down the freaking laundry chute and all that. And of course, we get the famous stabbing of Michael actually stabbing Danielle Harris in the leg. She was not having a good day that day, even though she took it like a damn champ and kept moving forward.
Hell yeah, she did. And it paid off. I mean, obviously, I never would. I wouldn't say, not to say it paid off, because not injuring a kid is never going to actually pay off. But the scene itself is fantastic. This is, again, a very good highlight of the movie. A lot of good tension here with Jamie in this laundry chute. She goes in. Michael opens the door. She falls down at the bottom. Michael comes down there. She tries to climb back up. He's stabbing through the thing. Eventually, she does make it back up. It's just a good kind of cat and mouse kind of tension-filled moment, which I really enjoyed that. Of course, this house, even on the inside.
What happened after? What happened after that?
She runs into Loomis, right? That's coming up.
She
next.
goes to the attic.
God. Oh yeah, fucking A, yeah.
Trust me, I wish we could skip it, but we can't. She runs to the attic and finds a little coffin bed. We're like, well, obviously this is for freaking Jamie. And that's when she looks around and finds all the dead bodies, including freaking Rachel. Freaking with the little scissors right there, and we're just all pissed off because that's how they killed Rachel. Like, fuck you, movie. And then Jamie freaking balls and everything. She decides what? To freaking hide in the damn coffin that was built for her. And Michael comes up there, and then that's where Jamie goes, Uncle? And dude, Michael's like, huh?
This whole room, mind you, this whole house has been commandeered by cops at this point. This was all an elaborate setup to catch Michael. This whole thing, all the cops showed up there, all of them.
And
the whole police
one
force was
officer
there.
went up to that attic.
It was all pre-lit and everything. There's candles up there and shit. There's candles up there freaking just flowing. Like, he went in there, he took the time to set this shrine up. He's lighting all these fucking candles, and not one of those motherfuckers went up there and saw the light on in the attic to think, oh, maybe Michael's already here. Maybe we should check the fucking attic where the lights are on and stuff. No, there's fucking candles up there, dude. How much time did he spend lighting these fucking candles? Michael Myers with his mask on, lighting these fucking.
Does not have a good experience with fire, so.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, I know, like, it's freaking bad. Anyway, and then, of course, Jamie goes, Uncle, and that's when he goes, Uncle, I want to see your face.
Can I see
If we know anything, Michael Myers is all burned up in the face, bitch. He's no longer looking good. He freaking has no eyes because both of them, he got both of his eyes shot out. So this guy's he's going to be one ugly looking motherfucker like Arnold Schwarzenegger tells the Predator. Assumingly. But freaking he takes off his mask, clean face, clean shaved, no burn marks or anything, and we get his wide open eye with a fucking tear. Are you fucking kidding me?
A tear. And this dude, not to mention, yes, all that's true about his face being all burnt over there, bitch. It no longer looks the same. His eyes are all blown out. He's been sleeping for a year, dude. He's been over there. Like, there's no. When did he shave in the last year? I mean, come on.
It has to be the hermit, man. Just keep it freaking groomed and clean, man.
Jason goes to hell action, dude. I bet he strapped him on the table every night and shaved his chest with some freaking cream. I don't know. What the fuck?
All right, Michael, this is going to sting a little bit, but I'm going to turn into a worm, and I'm going to crawl up inside of you and clean up your inner wounds. But no, that's not actually what happened. That actually might make the movie better. But anyways, what happens after that is Michael Finn's like, oh, no, you're tricking me, bitch. And then so he gets all pissed off. Jamie runs again, and freaking Michael tosses the little coffin, which the funny story about that is he kind of like tosses it in a weird way. It kind of like bounced back and actually broke Don Shanks' nose during that scene when he was freaking throwing the casket and all that.
Maybe that was a fucking sign not to put that whole scene in the movie.
Yeah, so like, oh, that's crazy. But that's when, as you allude to, Jamie runs into Loomis, and then Loomis is trying to lure Michael into a freaking little tiny net. That was the big trap. Was this tiny little net, and then Dr. Loomis is gets this freaking 2x4, bring out his inner hacksaw Jim Duggan, going ho. And
He
then
shoots him with the trank first.
Oh yeah, shoots him with the trank first, and then he beats the shit out of him with the 2x4, going die, die. And then all of a sudden, freaking Dr. Loomis has a heart attack.
Cool concept. I like the idea of Loomis going so crazy for Michael that he dies. I do like that concept, but what the fuck is the logic here? He kept this whole idea in this fucking net, like you said, ridiculous. And then, okay, fine, he's trapped in a net, success. Okay, you're gonna shoot him with a trank gun now? A trank gun? Why not a freaking shotgun or a fucking, like maybe
Just
load his
kill
ass
the
with some.
motherfucker.
You got some dynamite left over from that freaking mine shaft? Stick some of that right in his freaking throat. Maybe just stick or blow the house away. Whatever. I know you tried that before and it didn't work, but this time could be better. This time you're more prepared. Like use a fucking rifle. Use something, a trank gun, and then you're going to use a 2x4. That's your plan. That's your big plan. That's why we're here. A fucking 2x4, a $5 piece of wood back then, probably $1.99. What the fuck, dude?
God. Dude, it's bad. It's just really bad. But that's when all the officers finally realize, wait a minute, this is a diversion. So they all freaking come back, and then they freaking just try to figure out all the chaos that just assumed. And then so they arrest Michael Myers, let him keep the mask on for who knows what reason. Just to let him keep the mask on. He's freaking on his knees in a cell. We figure it's going to be a happily ever after, right? Meeker is with Jamie. He's about to drive Jamie away. And all of a sudden, we freaking hear all this Tommy gun explosions inside this police station. And Meeker's like, oh, shit, not again. So he tells Jamie to wait here. And of course, when you tell a main character to wait here, they don't wait here. So Meeker goes inside, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And Jamie's like, well, I want to be a part of the action too. So she goes inside the police station, and dude, it's a fucking bloodbath, man. Everybody's dead. Sheriff Meeker's even dead, man.
And what a fucking disservice. This guy's been such a good character he was great in 4, 5. He was very underused, but he was still there. He was good. He was an appreciated character. And you're just going to kill him off in the end fucking Tommy gun battle that we don't even fucking see? Get out of here with that. That's another disservice kill. One of the good characters that you gave us in 4, thrown away on a cutaway. You don't even fucking see it. But he dies. But yeah, like you alluded to, man, Jamie walks in there and Michael's been busted out. There's flames and shit. He's been busted out. I still can't. I didn't really. When he's over there in that cell earlier though, and he's all just kind of sad and shit with his head bopped between his, like, that was ridiculous.
He's fucking drugged up. Remember, he got shot with a tranquilizer.
Valid point.
I know, but still, though, it's just kind of silly. They still allow him to wear his mask and everything. And then, yeah, there's a freaking explosion where you can obviously tell Michael and whoever broke him out, which is the guy in the man in black, which that's probably what they did. They killed everybody, and then they freaking shot the little erase everything. And then they freaking just left out there. And Jamie's like, no. Then
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
absolutely horrible. So that is our quick and lightning version of freaking what happened in Halloween 5. It was not good.
No, it wasn't good at all, man. I don't really appreciate that. And now the original cut of Halloween 5, does it show Jamie getting kidnapped or no?
I cannot remember, but
I know
I
I've seen
remember
it.
there was like a special footage, like in the new 4K version. I think they show more of the massacre or something.
Okay, I remember I've seen it before. I can't remember if it's the beginning of 6 or at the end of 5. But I do remember it kind of ending with her saying no. So I don't think it does actually show her getting kidnapped here.
Yeah, I think actually that would make a lot more sense. That kind of helps a nice transition to the 6th movie, which, my God, we're about to talk about 6 next week.
Hell yeah, we are, dude.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, so that is freaking Halloween 5. So let's freaking talk about our WTF and our best kill. So Brad, what's the best kill in your WTF?
Best kill, I'm going to go with the pitchfork kill when Samantha and Spitz are getting it on. And then he comes in and freaking... That was cool. I like that. That whole barn sequence was good. It's one of the best looks of Michael too. So I really appreciate that in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing, the WTF. I mean, I got to go with the fucking river ride, man. I mean, the mass change and the river ride combo. That whole thing of Michael floating down the river is just absolutely ridiculous, man. Making him look weak, making him just. Who thought of that? Let's get Michael going down the river. I don't know,
But you did it better.
I did. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you did better. The quality looked better and all that. But I'll be honest with you, that was not the WTF I thought you were going to go for. I thought it was going to be the whole house.
The house is there too. I mean, the house is fucking there too. I honestly, this movie's full of them. I got a whole page of WTF moments from this list from this movie.
Oh my gosh, I have no doubts about that. But so let's see here. My best kill in the movie, it's the kill right after yours. So with the pitchfork, it's the freaking Scythe Man, because again, unique weapon, and they actually made that look good. I kind of wish we saw the after effect and all that, but unfortunately we did not. So yeah, so the Scythe kill, I'll give it for the best kill. And my WTF moment, it has to fucking be Uncle. And freaking no burn marks on the face. I won't go into spiel again. It's just that freaking tear, man. He's blind. He can't cry.
I don't know. I mean, you could probably still cry if you're blind, but you definitely can't fucking cry because he's Michael.
Obviously see the eye, though.
Yeah.
But like, holy crap! Like, I can't forgive that. That made me literally scream. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that was weird, man. I didn't like that whole sequence at all.
No, that sequence sucks. So, Brad, just
this
give
whole
your
movie's
overall
a WTF moment.
Yeah, just give your overall thoughts on what the fuck with this, and just give a movie rating.
So at the end of the day, I think this was a massive missed opportunity after the end of 4. 4 was a big success. I thought this was fucking just a letdown, man. I completely believe that. I think that there's a few things in the movie that they actually do decent with some of the Michael stuff, and some of the kills are good. Dr. Loomis is good at times. Jamie's kind of a misfire. It's really just not good. But it does still kind of feel, Halloween-y to an extent. There's not a lot of Halloween atmosphere per se, but it does feel, I don't know. We'll get into the comparisons later, but I'd give it a 1.75.
Damn, okay. I'll be honest with you, going into this review and from my notes, I had it as a 3 out of 5. However, we freaking talked about this, and just me remembering the movie all over again and being an absolute complete shit show, I can't fucking no longer give it a 3 out of 5. Like, am I crazy? Thank you so much, Brad, for helping me out there. So I'm just gonna go, even though I still enjoyed it because it is a Halloween movie. Like, yeah. It's like maybe it's maybe 1/3 a Halloween movie, and the other 2/3 is a what the fuck movie. But when they do go into Halloween territory, they actually do it right. So I can't fully punish it for that. So I say for me, I would do a 2.5 out of 5.
That's going to be a 2.125.
Alrighty, and that is a freaking breakfast at Ronnie's, man. Like, and couldn't be more fitting.
I'm all broken up here, bitch. I can't work. Bitch, I will crawl over there and I will skull fuck the shit out of you.
Nope. Man, at the end of the day, yeah. I mean, I always watch this movie. I don't completely hate it. I mean, I'll go in, I'll watch it. I've seen it hundreds of times, maybe not hundreds, but I watched this just as much as all the other ones at this point in the franchise. And but it's just disappointing, It's just they had a good setup, and I don't think this movie really shows any respect to the movies that came before it. And to me, that's what kills me about it, man. It's just kind of a fuck you to Halloween 4 and the first one and the second one.
Yeah, and remember how we did the freaking Halloween 2 pitch video? I suggest right here, right now, we do a pitch video for Halloween 5. Because I know we could come up with a freaking better script or storyline that they freaking did. Because this movie was, and last note, this was so bad story-wise that it literally set up Halloween 6 to fail before it even start shooting anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, which we will dive into the cult stuff next week, man. The Cult of Thorn will be next week for week 6, and that'll be the halfway point for next week. So, Brad, any other thing you want to talk about Halloween 5?
That's it for me, man.
Thank goodness we could freaking move on from this tragedy and probably your best word, one big missed opportunity. So let me go ahead and ask everybody that's been freaking watching us or listening to us. What did you all think about Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers? Do you think it's the biggest missed opportunity and this movie was bad? Or is there some people out there that enjoyed this movie? Let us know in that comment section down below and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, TikTok, and Patreon. Of course, all those links are going to be for you to find down below in the description.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And be sure to check out all of our YouTube buddies as they release their Halloween 5 reviews, which, trust me, there's some people that, I would say maybe, I think there's somebody that likes it, but it'd be interesting to hear everybody's opinions about Halloween 5. So be sure to check them out and read Chris's freaking Letterboxd review, so be sure to do that. And if you of course want to support us on Good Real Hunting, be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe, and of course ring that bell, ding ding ding, so you all know when the next HalloScream review is up and ready.
Yes.
And until then, we're gonna freaking leave you all to it. So if you all decide to ride a creek, please bring your inner tube.